how'd you hear about us? Like, how'd you come across MyOutDesk?
Word of mouth. One of our co-owners of Wolfpack Advising and one of the co-owners of Waypoint Property Inspection attended a conference, and another home inspection company was using MyOutDesk. They had one virtual assistant with their office. We're very I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily understand it, are very hesitant. We just said, you know what, we want to be that company that does something different. We want to be able to grow and expand, and we can't scale in the way that we want to. So it led us to making the jump.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm excited too, because I want to hear, how would a marketing agency utilize a virtual assistant in that process, and how are you guys using our virtual assistant? And then I also want to hear, what places a virtual assistant lives in a home inspection company. Like, I think there's some cool details. You've been a client for a year now, is that right? A year and a half or so?
I think it's been a little over 6 months.
Okay, so short time.
Yeah.
That's good.
But we're excited. we're still going with it.
Okay,
we've hired within that 6 month period. Actually, I think we started 6 months ago. We hired 2 more.
Okay, so you're rapid growth. You're onboarding one, and then you hired 2 more. Let's dive into the marketing space. How would you use a virtual assistant in your marketing advisory company?
So our marketing agency is a little bit different, as we cater mostly to home inspectors. We've worked with real estate agents. We worked with pest control companies. I mean, we can work with pretty much any kind of servicing industry. But the way that our virtual assistants kind of fit in is we have 2 different aspects. One is social media, right? And our marketing of the agency itself. So they assist us with a lot of the marketing posts that we put on social media, or maybe designing some type of designs that we have. Of course, everyone's kind of familiar with Canva, right? The other aspect of it is we have a marketing automation system that we initiate for a lot of home inspection companies. So if anybody's heard of systems like ActiveCampaign, Sendinblue, all of these email systems, you can create marketing automation sequences and kind of make your whole marketing system or strategy automatic. You don't have to worry about anything. So what they do is they basically help clients set these up for themselves, help manage them, and then tell them how they can optimize it. So for example, if you're sending out these postcards and you're getting this kind of return from it, or maybe your open rate is at this, well, we're seeing over in these types of campaigns, this is getting a really good open rate. So we'd recommend for you to start doing this to increase your open rate for your campaigns.
That's cool. Oh, okay. So the 2 places, or actually 3 places, you're talking about social media, all the posting that has to happen, all the collection, all the kind of responding to, maybe ads or maybe post. And then second is design coordination, like all the crazy design stuff that we all have to do, right? And then I like to call the third thing like a director of traffic, right? So you create this marketing process, and then somebody has to pay attention. Is it working? Is it not working? What do we need to tweak? What's wrong with this content? How many emails are actually open? So it's just somebody who is, really an email coordinator or marketing coordinator for inspection company in your world. Is that all the 3? Those are the positions?
Yeah, absolutely. There's one other, which is they set up the accounts as well. So with ActiveCampaign, for example, in a regular business, you could easily integrate it with, what kind of a CRM you're using or whatever to get your information. However, with home inspection specifically, we use CRMs that are pretty much outdated. So they don't communicate well with Zapier. They don't communicate well with other platforms. So when you're trying to scale, you run into a huge problem because you can't get any of your data, and you just can't start marketing and using it. So what they do is we have a special process to where we can integrate with systems like ActiveCampaign, and they set up those accounts and kind of say, well, here's our proven sequence that we've used for other home inspection companies. This is it for you. Design it for you. What do you want? Set it up, and then say, okay, we'll meet in 30 days, 60 days or whatever to optimize it some more.
Yeah, that's cool.
One of the virtual assistants, her name's Lara. She is just so happy all the time. And I'm so incredibly impressed because I can say one thing and she knows to take notes and put it down in her guidebook. And the next week, I mean, she's already working on it because it's written down. It's in her guidebook. She knows the process. So I'm like, well, this is amazing, right? And we have ways that we check in every 30 days, every 90 days. We check in and kind of say, this is what our goals were for social media. This is where we're at. You're crushing it, right? You're following the process and it's working.
What about their English? Because you're obviously utilizing them in a communication capacity, meaning, social media, email, talking to customers, texting with customers. That's a big, wow, Daniel, I don't know if that's going to work. What's their English like? What's your experience with our company and the virtual assistants and what their English is like?
It's funny you mentioned that because after like the first week or first day, I was calling my mom and I was telling my fiance, I was just like, they speak better English than I do. Like, I don't know how to speak sometimes. And they are just perfect. Like their grammar is way better than ours just because, I guess they study it for so long and we just kind of just roll with it. Right. And learn from other people.
Well, when you have to learn something and you actually go through a process of learning, you get really good at it, but we just are born with it. So, we can kind of scoot by like I did in English class,